So when I look at this game on paper, this is definitely the best matchup out of the entire slate for Week 12 in the NFL. So both the Packers and the Rams, they're fighting for positioning at the top of the NFC. The Rams are coming into this one off of a bye, but before that bye week, they had two bad losses against the Titans and the 49ers, where, to be quite honest with you guys, they did not look competitive in both of those games, and Matt Stafford had some pretty bad performances in those games. He had pick sixes in both of those games, which ended up leading to just poor performances and ended up resulting in a loss for Los Angeles. And then when you look at the Packers, they've lost the last two out of their three games. The one loss was to the Chiefs, where they didn't have Aaron Rodgers, they had Jordan Love in, and then they had the shootout loss to the Vikings last week. So when you look at the Packers, they're trying to just get some consistency moving forward. And the same goes with the Rams. The Rams are definitely trying to avoid a 3-game losing streak out of this current moment in time. So when I look at this game essentially comes down to one factor for me. Which defense is going to do enough against its opposing offense? Because this is one of the best quarterback matchups that we're going to see this entire season. It doesn't get a lot better than Matt Stafford going up against Aaron Rodgers. And I think both of them are going to have success against the defenses that they're lined up against. But when I see this game playing out, I just believe that the Packers defense will have the advantage against the Rams. And here's why. They're coming off of a game against the Vikings where they arguably had their worst defensive performance of the entire season. I mean, they got picked apart by Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, and that Vikings offense at will throughout the entirety of that game. So I think the Packers defense as a whole, I think they're going to have a bounce back game against LA. And I have to admit, though, it's kind of a bold statement because the Rams have Cooper Kupp, who's been the best performing receiver we've seen in the NFL this year, and Odell Beckham Jr., who's looking to make an impact in their wide receiving core to kind of replace the loss of Robert Woods with his torn ACL. But I do think that the Packers defense is going to force a turnover or two off of Matt Stafford, and I think Aaron Rodgers and that Packers offense, they're going to make Los Angeles pay for those mistakes. And then to flip it over to the Rams defense, I have to be honest with you guys, I'm kind of questioning this Rams defense. They got bullied by the 49ers before their bye week. And I think in this matchup, I think they're going to have a problem trying to contain A.J. Dillon in Green Bay's backfield. A.J. Dillon is an absolute beast, and he doesn't shy away from contact from anybody. And if Aaron Jones returns for the Packers in this one, I think it's even going to boost the Packers even more so in this matchup against the Rams. So, I mean, as far as the prediction goes, I do have the Packers winning this one. I just think the Packers are the better team here. And as far as the quarterback matchup goes between Stafford and Rodgers, I'm favoring Rodgers. Aaron has been money the entire season so far, and I'm just going with the more consistent quarterback at this point in time. So I think Aaron Rodgers is going to have success against what I would consider a shaky LA defense right now. And then you combine it with the fact with possibly Aaron Jones coming back into the fold for Green Bay's backfield alongside A.J. Dillon. I think that offense is going to have success against that shaky LA defense. And I think they're going to be able to put up points on a consistent basis against the Rams in this one. So as far as the score is concerned for this one, I have the Packers winning by the score of 28-20. I don't believe it's going to be a runaway game for Green Bay in this one, but it's going to be a convincing win over the Rams in my opinion. And when I look at the Rams, if the Rams lose a third game in a row, that's just going to be a bad look for them. I'm not saying that their playoff hopes are at risk if they lose against Green Bay this week, but for as good as this team is with LA, a midseason slump is kind of an understatement for what the Rams are going through if they end up losing this upcoming matchup to the Packers.